Every time I post these, people say I'm LARPing. Okay, here goes. B12. Live in shithole town in Arkansas. Always have burn nights and our burn barrel. Great-grandma had a bunch of creepy dolls that we think were haunting the house. So, we burned them. We'll post about those happenings after this. Anyway, Dad and Mom were sauced, smoking weed inside. I decided to go back out to the fire to chill and rub fireflies on my arms. I'm all alone. Dogs won't follow me for some reason. Standing in gravel carport. Dogs are just barking. One is whining. Wonder what the fuck they're barking at. Squint to see the edge of the yard. Had a bunch of uninhabited land and a creek behind our house, but it was separated by a stone wall, plus a fence on top. See what looks like a pale humanoid. Had no face or fingers or toes. Looked like a squid, kind of. At least the head did. Was about 6 feet tall. It just stayed there, completely motionless. Never made any movement or sound. Head started to hurt. Vision blurred. I pass out. Wake up in the bathtub in different clothes. An outfit I never even owned, actually. Was about midnight when I woke up. Had a dream about the Baldur's Gate game I was currently playing for some reason. In the dream, I was absorbed by the gelatin cube enemies in the game. For some reason, was scared but then aroused. Parents and friends never believed me. We'll continue with spoops about the house and the ghosts in it, and various UFOs that me and my family have seen in the area. Maybe even post about the other spoops in other states. House we lived in was definitely haunted. Used to be part of a larger house that enveloped the whole block. Was a slave-owning plantation. One night playing Vice City and have to pee. Go from my room to the bathroom and, on the way, see a ghost of an old lady. She was wearing a pink silk dress with sunflowers on it. Looked almost Japanese. But the old lady ghost was white. She had no hands but was wearing matching pink silk slippers or shoes. She also had no eyes, just dark holes. She reached up at me. Instinct takes over. I scream as loud as I can and run through her. Was very cold and icy inside of her. I go inside the bathroom and shut and lock the door. Scream for my mommy. Since I locked the door like a dumbass, she couldn't even get in. When we first moved into the house, my grandma had so many dolls. One in particular was very creepy. It was an angel made of ceramic. I was trying to sleep on the couch and the doll had her hands out like she was holding something. In her hands, a glowing ball of blue light. I remember feeling very peaceful and went straight to sleep. Now, here's the creepy part. Next day, think I like sleeping in darkness more. Look for the plug-in in a nearby wall socket to unplug the doll. It had no lights of any sort or any cords running to it. Would often swim at night in our inflatable pool. Was very humid and hot in the summers. If you've been to Arkansas, you would know. Laying back on a floaty, looking at the clear sky. Saw what looked like a rocket fly across the sky. It was very bright and went faster than any plane I've ever seen in my life. Was slower than a shooting star though. Some say it was a meteor or satellite, or even the ISS. Went on a pretty particular path, so maybe they're right, but it gave me a creepy vibe. Second UFO I saw in Arkansas. Be driving with my mom to McDonald's. Wanted some late night burgers, nuggets, and fries. Don't worry, I'm not fat, and never will be. See a triangle-shaped UFO above us. It keeps warping in a triangle formation. Like, it would be here, then there, and then another place. But only in a triangle shape. We start talking about it. Dad is like, yeah, whatever. He was always a skeptic until he saw a ghost of his friend that committed suicide. We'll post about that later. Anyway, after warping around for a while, UFO goes to center of triangle. Each of the 3 lights shoots off, each in the direction of the triangle formation it was making earlier. Could be military shit, who knows. Okay, I'll post the rest of the spooky shit now. Definitely not everything that's happened to me. Dad lived in girlfriend's house. Her mom committed suicide because her brother died years ago, and she couldn't take it anymore. Since she killed herself, so did her boyfriend. Dad goes out for dinner. Friend says, "You go on without me. You'll see me when you get back." When Dad gets back, friend is hanging in closet, dead. Dad isn't afraid of the dark, so he's chilling in the dark of a dead man's house. Sees the guy's ghost with no eyes. Walks into a mirror in the hallway. Later that night, or just later, he had a dream about the guy who killed himself. Kept saying, "You gotta get my eyes back. My eyes." Apparently his eyes were donated to a kid in California, so he could regain his sight. B23. Living in California. Live up in some hills in the Bay Area. Smoking a bowl on my back porch. Porch light is out, so it's really dark. Hear footsteps about 20 to 30 feet down the hill of my yard. Sounded like someone wearing shoes. Definitely human sounding. Used the light on my LG smartphone. Couldn't see shit. Could still hear the footsteps now, getting closer. Say fuck that and go inside. Locked door. Wasn't allowed to smoke inside. Was my family's house. Say fuck it and smoke weed in the garage. Can still hear someone crunching around in my yard. Yard was very big and slanted, so you could easily lay down or hide behind a tree. I come back out with a more powerful light and my bastard sword. Scream at the top of my lungs and charged a tree where I heard footsteps. Start chopping at the tree, looping branches off. Be full-blown autismo and say, "Get the fuck off my property or I'll cut your head off and rape your dead body." Heard someone run away into the neighbor's bushes. Neighbor was super old and retired, so it wasn't him. Couldn't shine light in time. Whoever, or whatever it was very fast. A couple nights later, I saw a pale naked humanoid, kind of like in my previous post, jump my other neighbor's fence. Saw that one from my bedroom window though, which was in the garage. I built it myself. It was like a makeshift room.